Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to the Python programming lecture number 7. So in our last lecture, we have discussed about the object-oriented features in a Python. In that, we have learned about the what is a class, and we have learned about what is an object is, and we have learned about the self method and what is how to work with a constructor, that is underscore init method in Python. So today in my lecture, I'll talk about the inheritance in a Python. So coming to the inheritance in a Python, I just want to give a brief explanation. I just want to explain, before jumping into the topic, I want to explain what is an inheritance in Python is. So coming to the inheritance in a Python. So coming to the inheritance in a Python, so observe carefully. For example, I'm having a class A. I'm having a class A, and I'm having a class B. I'm having two classes, and inside that, for example, I'm having a variables, and inside this I'll have a methods. So here in class B also I'm having a variables, and next one I'm having a methods. I'm having a methods. Is it clear? I hope. And coming to, in order to access the variables and methods which are there inside in a class A, for that I have to create a object. With this object, I will access the variables and methods. I'll access the variables and methods, and here also I need a object. With the help of this object, I will access the variables and the methods which are there inside a class B. Is it clear? And this class, I am calling it as a parent class. This class is known as a parent class. And coming to this class is known as a child class. This is known as a child class. So here the child class, that is B, will always inherited the properties of a class A. That means child class will always have the properties of a parent class. For example, the child will always have the offsprings from their parents, isn't it? In the similar way, the class B will always have the variables and methods present in the class B. So at the end, in order to access the class A behavior, obviously I will create an object which is belonging to the class B, and from this object I will access the behavior which is present inside a class A. So this is how a inheritance will work. And coming to the next important thing is types of inheritance. Types of inheritance. So coming to the types of inheritance, the first type is single inheritance. The first type is single inheritance, and second type is hierarchical inheritance. And next one is multiple inheritance, and fourth one is multi-level inheritance. So these are the types of an inheritance. We will learn about each and every type in detail in our coming lectures. But what I am interested to tell you here is, you have to understand the differences between a parent class and a child class. That is the first thing you have to observe. And coming to the next important thing is, we have to create the object of a child class. From this child class, I can access the variables and methods of which are present in a class B, and from the child object, I can access the methods and variables from a class A. This is the thing I want to tell you, and remember this one. And coming to the next one, the types of inheritance are single inheritance, multiple hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, and a multi-level inheritance. So observe the third important point. Sir, what happens if I create the object of a parent class? If you create the object of a parent class, what happens is, you can only access the variables and methods which are there inside in a class A, but you cannot access the variables and methods which are present in a class B. You cannot access. That's the simple reason. That is the reason why we always create the object of a child class, but not the object of a parent class. Is it clear? So coming to the next important thing, what is a Python inheritance? So a Python inheritance allows to inherit all the methods and properties from a one class to the another class. So for example, observe here. So this is my one class. This is my one class. The name of this class is in a class A. The name of this one is in a class A. And the next one is, this is my class B. So I want to inherit all the properties from a class A to class B. So whenever I am inheriting all the properties from a class A to class B, I want to do it. So the ultimate concept here I have to use is a inheritance. So what is the purpose of going with an inheritance, sir? If you ask me this question, the answer is simple. For example, if I want to reuse all the instruction which is there inside another class into my class, instead of writing a 1 lakh lines of a code, what I will do is simply I will inherit all the 1 lakh lines of code which is there in another class. So as a result, in a simple English term, if I want to say what is an inheritance is, with the help of an inheritance, I can go with a reusability. I mean, I can reuse my lines of code any number of times, n number of times. That is the main purpose of an inheritance. So this one is known as a parent class, and this I am calling it as a child class. Is it clear? So the another name of a parent class is can be called it as a base class, or and another name for a child class is also known as a derived class. In my coming lecture, sometimes I will call it as a parent class or a child class, or sometimes I will call it as a base or a derived class. But I want all of you to remember them, get thorough with the technical words. You should not be in a position to be in a confusion state when I am explaining a small snippets of my code. Is it clear? So how to create a parent class and a child class? So observe carefully. Here I am having one example. Create a class named person. So I want to create a class. So I want to create a class. So observe carefully. Class of person. Class of person. I have created a class person. And next, what is my requirement? With first name and last name properties and a print name method. So what I'll do is, I have to read the first name and the last name of a person, and I have to print those names. So what I have to do, I have to create a two methods. So here I'll go with an init method. So how I will go with an init method? I have to use a function, the EAF, and followed by underscore in init underscore self, comma first name, comma second name. So next what I have to do, self dot first name is equal to f name, and self dot second name is equal to yes name. I'm done it. I'm done with it. Writing a constructor is done. Next, what is my requirement? And print name method. There should be a print name method. So what I'm doing here is I'm writing a one more method, def. So next one is print name. So inside here I'm passing a self. So next I want to print the names. So print of what I am doing, self dot first name, and next one what I am doing is self dot second name. Printing is also I am done. I am done with a printing also. And next what I have to do, I have to create a object for this one. So how to create an object? So observe carefully. With the name, with the class name, I have to create a object. Yeah. So next what I have to do, I have to create a object for this one. So with the class name, I will create an object. So observe carefully, x is equal to person. So inside this, I have to pass a two arguments, first name and a last name. So I am passing a arguments, Vignan, this is my first argument, and next one is college. I am passing this one. So inside this one, I have passed an object. Next, I have to call the print name method. So what I am doing is x dot print name method. I have called the x dot a print name method. So this is my class, and I call it as a parent class. I call it as a parent class, or I can call it as a derived class. So next what I'll do is I'll create I'll create a child class, and from the child class I'll try to call the properties of a parent class as well as the properties of a child class here. So observe carefully. Here I will create a child class. So how to create a child class? Class of student. Class of student. I have created a child class here. So this is my child class, or I can call it as a base class as well. This is a child class or a base class. So inside this I'm using a pass. I don't want to pass anything. So the very important thing you have to remember here is, whenever you want to work within a inheritance here, this is my child class. Here inside the arguments, inside this parenthesis, you have to write down the class name of a parent. So the class name of a parent here is a person. So inside here what I'll do is I have to write the name of my parent class. So the name of my parent class is a person, and what I have to do in order to access this one, you have to create the object of a child class. So observe here, x is equal to student. I have created a object, and next one what I have to do is I want to print x dot print name. So here I am passing the arguments Stephen, and next one is Neil. So I have made this last two instructions as a comment here. Is it clear? Now the answer would be Stephen, and it is followed by a Neil. I hope this is clear for you. How to create a parent class and how to create a child class. And whenever you are working with an inheritance, you have to pass the class name of a parent as an argument to your child class. So these are the important points you have to remember. And this inheritance is known as a single inheritance. Observe carefully, sir, why it is called as a single inheritance? Observe carefully, here I have taken one class, the name of that class is a person, and I have taken a one more class, And the name of that class is a student. I have written like this: class of person, and the student is acquiring all the properties from a person. So what I have done is I have written like this: class of person, and in the brackets you have to write down the name, class of student, and inside this you have to pass the name of a superclass, that is a person, and my arguments closed. Here I have to write all my block of statements. Observe carefully, here one class is taking the arguments from a parent class. So this type of a thing is known as a single inheritance. So this is known as a single inheritance. I hope this is clear for you. And coming to the next important discussion, how to use a init function inside my class, inheritance. How to use a init inside the inheritance. So we have already know that init is called automatically whenever a object is created. So observe carefully here. Here I have created a class student. Student is a child class, and here I have passed a person, which is a parent class, and inside here I have used a init method, and in the init method I have used a first name and a last name. So this is my constructor, and this is automatically called whenever the object is created. For example, here I am going to create an object. So how to create an object? X is equal to student of Vignan and followed by college, then X. So what happens is, the moment I have created the object, these arguments will be passed into this constructor, and as a result it will be automatically called. So here we have to remember two important things. In that, the first one is, when you add the init function in the child class, no longer parent init class will be inherited. That means the parent init method will be overridden in the child class. This is a very important point, and you have to remember this one. And coming to the next one, so sir, I got a requirement. I have to call the parent init method. I am interested to call the parents init method. So how to do it? So observe carefully. In order to call the parents init method, the procedure, that is explicitly I have to call the parents init method, and the procedure I have to follow for that one is, observe, here I am writing class of student, and followed by person, and next one is the init method of a child, define underscore init underscore followed by, next one is self comma, that is first name comma last name. And if you are interested to call a parent class init method, then here I have to use is person dot def underscore init underscore, that is self comma first name comma last name. So this is one of the procedure of calling the parent class init method. This is the way we have to write it. Is it clear? And coming to, there is one more another way to call the method, init method, which is there inside a parent class. So for that I have to go with a super function. The working of a super function is similar like in a Java super keyword. Is it clear? So how I will write it? Observe. So class of student, I am working with a single inheritance. I am working with an inheritance. So I have to pass the previous class as an argument here. And next one is def underscore init underscore followed by self comma first name comma last name. And next one is, I'll by using a super function, I'll call init method which is there inside a parent class. So super of underscore underscore init of underscore underscore self comma function first name comma last name. So this is the thing you have to follow. And coming to the next important thing is how to add a properties. So now we will learn how to add a properties. So observe carefully here in this example, I have created a one sample program, and the name of my program is a student. I have passed a parent class argument here. That means I am working with an inheritance. And next here I have taken a one constructor, and inside here I have used a super method, super function to call a parent class first name and a last name. And what I have done is self.graduate year is equal to 2019. That means in this example below, the year 2019 should be a variable and pass it into the student. First of all, I have to pass dynamically, I have to pass an argument to a student class, and from there I have to take the argument. So how to work out with this example? Observe carefully. So now what I'll do is, now I'll rewrite the same thing with an improvised version. Observe carefully. So class of students, class of student followed by person, class of student followed by person, and next one is define underscore underscore init followed by self comma first name comma last name, first name comma last name, and next one is so super method underscore underscore init first name comma last name. So self dot graduation year is equal to year. So along here I am having a two variables. Along with that I will add a one more variable year. So followed by next I am writing here. Next what I will do is I am creating a class of student, and inside this I am sending in arguments, that is Stephen followed by Neil and followed by my graduation year is 2019. So this is a correct way of passing adding a arguments. I hope this is clear for you. And I want to print the values. So in order to print the values, what I will do is I will write down a one more method here, and the name of that method is def of print method. So I am using a one more method, that is a def of print. So inside this print I am writing print of self dot first name comma self dot second name to the graduation of, that is self dot year. So I am having a print method as well. So what I will do is here x is equal to student I have written, and next I will call the print method. So x dot print I have written, and now my output would be Stephen Neil to the graduation of 2019. So this is my output here. So this is how we will add a method. And coming to the next important things, I will revise what are the things I have discussed. In the first thing, we have learned about a inheritance. What is an inheritance is? So inheritance, in the inheritance we are having a parent class, we are having a parent class and a child class. That is the first thing we have observed. And coming to the second one, we have learned about a types of inheritances. We have learned about the types of inheritances. In the types of inheritances, the first one is single. We have already learnt about this one just now. And coming to the second one is multiple. We have learned about this. Next one is multi-level, and next one is hierarchical. This is the thing we have learned. And coming to the third concept we have learned is how to use a init method inside my class. That means whenever I am working with an inheritance, how to use an init, that we have learnt. And coming to the next one, how to add a method, that we have learnt in today's class. So in my upcoming classes, I'll discuss about the multiple inheritance and a multi-level inheritance and a hierarchical inheritance. So observe, coming to the assignment questions, note down the assignment questions. Explain about single inheritance in detail. This is my first question. And second one is explain how init works in inheritance. So this is my second question. Note down these two questions. Try to solve these two questions. So that's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.